Mataji, Vinita Mataji, Haribol.
Mataji, I started live, Mataji. I will share the link in the group.
Mataji, no need to share the live. Nobody is joining. Mataji is joining. Okay.
Yeah, nobody is joining, Mataji. Even the same thing last week for the art class also, there was nobody doing. And even in the Vaishnava Bhajan, nobody was there. And even Vrunda Mataji's class, nobody is joining, Mataji. That Vaishnava Bhajan class is also less people, only 3 people, 2 people. So this is not happening, Mataji. Every day of 7:15 classes are not working actually.
Yeah. We'll see, Mataji, if who is Garima. Yeah, we'll see how kids will join and if they are not joining. In Mataji, I'll see if Mataji comes, so we can continue.
Okay, Mataji, I will give you the host, Mataji. You decide, Mataji. Okay, I am in Japathon. Japathon is going. I'll be chanting, Mataji. Okay, Mataji?
Mataji, yeah. The Asara is the host now.
Mommy, they can come here.
I think Mataji join. Yeah, Mataji join. You can continue. Yes. Go ahead, Mataji.
Okay, Radhika Kasturi Mataji, I am giving you host. Actually, I have to claim the host. Okay, I will give you the host. I will give the Asara co-host, and I will give you the host, and then I will leave, Mataji. Okay, I have a Japathon service.
Mataji. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, Mataji, Hari Bol.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay. All right, kids. I know not many are here, but that's okay. We can continue. So we'll just do our prayers first. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashrayata Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai. Thank you. Okay, kids. So today we are going to actually see an interesting segment from Srimad Bhagavatam. And it is from Canto 8, Chapter 16. It is executing the Payovrata process of worship. Okay, that is text number 24. So this is what we are going to see in today's class. Okay, so this particular scene is happening in the higher planets where there is so much facility for enjoyment, right? Heavenly enjoyment, unimaginable to the people on this earthly realm. But yet we find even in the higher abode, like this heavenly planets we are talking about, there is suffering. Brahma bhuvanan lokar punar avartino arjuna mam upetya tu kaunteya punar janma na vidyate. This is from 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 16th verse. So what is said in that verse? It is said that in the higher planets of this material world, even Brahmaloka, down to the lowest planet, that is Patala Loka, and everything in between, these are all places of suffering. But one who attains my abode never has to take birth again in this material existence. Right? Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartino arjuna mamupetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Yes, there are forms of enjoyment in this earthly planet. People are mad after this enjoyment, specifically in big cities, right? There is so much technological advancement the human society makes. They try to create more and more facilities of enjoyment. They even bring an alternative reality in place. What is alternative reality? The reality, the virtual reality, like video games, like YouTube videos, creating another world, to giving us a totally new dimension and perspective where we can become the controllers. In the video games, we can become that character, right? In certain video games, or most of the video games for that matter, we can become that character in that video game. So this is what this technological advancement brings. But because puna sarvit, puna meaning, so we are trying to enjoy whatever is already being chewed. It is according to Prahlad Maharaj. What does he say? He's saying this is like this type of enjoyment that we are seeing in this material world is just like chewing the chewed. Because every species that we are seeing, they are enjoying different types of sensory pleasures. It can be through eating, it can be through sleeping, it can be through mating, or it could be through defending. And nothing is new about it, right? And all we are doing, this eating, mating, sleeping, and defending, it is not at all satisfying to our heart. We don't know what else to do. We have to try to create new ways of chewing the chewed. So this is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. We are trying to invent and create new things to chew the chewed. It is the same old thing, but we are creating a different look. We are trying to make it look as if it's something else, and so on and so forth. And that is how we want to get the pleasure out of it. Acharyas, they have explained that chewing the chewed means somebody who chews on a sugar cane and throws the pulp out, right? This juice is gone. There is no more juice to it. And what is this? All these ways are just different styles of chewing the same pulp. The pulp is gone. There is no more juice to it, but still we are trying to see if there is juice coming out of it. But no juice will come out of it. We just keep on trying. We make it look different. We add new things to it to make it look different, or we put new additional flavors to it to make it enjoyable for us. But nothing is going to give pleasure. Even if we get pleasure out of it, it is just going to be temporary. We are so desperate for pleasure. Of course, the soul has a hankering and it seeks pleasure. So the soul is Anandamaya Abhyasa, right? It is always wanting to seek pleasure and happiness. And Krishna, he is the absolute pleasure giver. He is the one who can give us the pleasure. And that we don't understand. We become attached to whatever gives us the sense of pleasure. Oh, there is pleasure in this world. But the problem is it is all built upon the foundation of suffering. Therefore, whatever pleasures are there, it is infused with a type of suffering. Dukkalayam ashashvatam. We know Krishna, he is the creator, right? He knows everything, how it works. He knows why everything works. He explains how everything works, and all this that is meant to give enjoyment in this world, everything is temporary. The seed of suffering is within the pleasure of this world. If you have pleasure, then suffering is sure to follow the pleasure that comes along with you. The more you enjoy, the more the seed takes root in your heart, right? The deeper the roots of the seed of suffering are, the more you suffer. If there is no enjoyment in this world, then there will not be so much suffering. Because suffering is the frustration of our attempts to enjoy. We want to enjoy, and in that process, we become frustrated. But we cannot control, right? Whoever it is, even you can be the best of best, but you can't control the suffering. This is the scene of the heavenly incidents. What is Aditi going through? She's not an ordinary person. She's the mother of Devatas. Who is she the mother of? She is the mother of Indra, Vayu, Agni, Surya. She is the presiding mother of the demigods. And her position is so exalted. But yet, she is suffering so much. Why is she suffering? Because she is the mother. She thinks, okay, the children are all suffering, and she identifies herself to her children. Although she is a demigod, right? Although she is a demigod, she is a mixed devotee. She's not a pure devotee of the Lord yet. She is a mixed devotee. That means they are serving Krishna. They are definitely utilizing their talents in the service of Krishna. But they are very much attached to most of them. In the heavenly planets, there are so many things that they can be attached to, right? They have material desires, and that is why they are mixed devotees. But the nature of the world is that whoever we are, wherever we are, Even in the heavenly planets up to Brahmaloka, suffering can come in any form. Any form, one form or the other, suffering is going to come upon us. Here we find what is the scenario of the heavenly planets here. In this particular story, the Devatas, they lost everything. They lost their prestige, they lost their service to Krishna, and everything they lost, okay? They lost all their wealth, they lost all their property, and they were living like fugitives, disguising themselves, hiding from the asuras, whoever is trying to power them up. Seeing the situation, Aditi, as a mother of the Devatas, she is filled with anxiety, and nothing could not compensate her because her kids are going through such kind of tormentation. She's not able to bear it in her heart. She's not able to see her children suffering. They are trying to hide away from the asuras because anything can happen to them. They want to hide away from the asuras who have taken over the reign. Now Bali Maharaj, he's taken up control of the heavenly kingdom. And Aditi, looking at the pitiable condition of her sons, she's not able to tolerate the sufferings of her sons. And so in this condition, she sees her husband Kashyapa. And Kashyapa is asking to Aditi, what is your condition? He presents various reasons why people become full of anxiety. He's asking Aditi, did you not receive your guests properly? Did you not follow the principles of morality? Did you follow Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha? There are so many questions he's asking to Aditi because she was looking very troubled. She was seen in the anxiety mode, and she's asking, what is the reason? If you don't receive your guests properly, then I think you will be in anxiety mode. If you don't follow the ritualistic practices or morality, principles of morality like Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha, then you're going to be in anxiety. Did you follow all of that? So Aditi is saying, I did not make any mistakes like this. The reason I'm in so much suffering is because my sons are suffering. That is the reason why I'm in this despair. I've lost everything. See, Kashyapa, you are a great Prajapati. You are such a powerful personality. She is begging with such a sincere heart and and she's asking, tell me the regulative principles by which I may worship the supreme master of this world. So the Lord will be pleased with me, and so he can fulfill all my desires. Oh, best of the Brahmanas, please kindly instruct me in the perfect method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by which Lord will become very pleased with me. He will save me, not only me, but my sons also, who are in a very, very dangerous and precarious conditions. Can you please tell me and instruct me the perfect method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead? This is what I want from you, O Kashyapa. Like that, Aditi is making a request to Kashyapa. So she is approaching her husband Kashyapa in the mood of a guru. Okay, here we find in many places approaching a guru is not a fashion, or it's not a superstition, or it's not just a social custom. So we are really receptive to receiving the mercy of the Guru, right? When we approach in the sense of sincere desperation, a desperation which we are not only hungry, but we are starving for the shelter of love. It is just not a matter of gaining some academic knowledge that we can show to others. It's just not a matter of feeling some sort of security. Now I'm connected to the parampara. Ye etamam prapadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. What does Krishna say? Krishna reveals himself through the Guru, Vaishnavas, and according to how we approach or the sense of need, Krishna, he reveals himself. According to your mood of surrender, Krishna, he reveals himself to the devotees. According to your sense of urgency, we can receive the gifts of the spiritual master. Depending, it's all coming from you, how desperate you are, depending on how hungry you are, you can eat so much number of slices of pizza. Right? Depending, it's directly correlated to how much your hunger is. You can eat so much. So here, Lord is saying, depending upon how much you hanker for my association, that's when you will receive the gifts from your spiritual master. Depending on how much urgency you show, accordingly, you will receive so much gifts. Now, here we see Aditi, she is approaching. It is the material desire she has, or it is again in the material realm, in the material existence. Her son is suffering and therefore she was suffering. She was also suffering so badly because it's kind of an emotional suffering, right? And that can inflict pain more or less on the physical level too. Even emotional level, if we are disturbed on something, then physically also we are not able to function as much properly. Aditi, she was in a perfect health. She has no disease, and she has never had a disease, or she will never have a disease. Physically, everything was fine with her. But how was she suffering? Because of this material emotional attachment, she was suffering. She was identifying herself with the body and identifying her children are her own, as her own. But she's actually seeking a serious shelter. What is she taking shelter of? She's taking shelter of a very elevated soul like Kashyapa, and she's showing her urgency and desperation to surrender on to him. Okay, this is what is the scenario of Aditi and Kashyapa. Okay, now we see Aditi is coming in the mood of disciple to Kashyapa, approaching her husband as if he was her guru, and she is actually requesting Kashyapa to show her a way, to show her what she could do about the situation that she is put through, where she is emotionally suffering due to her son's suffering, right? And Parikshit Maharaj did not, we all know, as an example, Parikshit Maharaj did not accept approach Sukta Goswami as a formality, right? He had only 7 days to live. He wanted to attain the perfection of life. He was not concerned that he was going to die in 7 days. All he was concerned was that in the 7 days, how he can know Krishna. He was so desperate. He was not falling asleep during Sukadev Goswami's reciting Srimad Bhagavatam, right, to him. His mind was not wavering here or there. What is going to happen here when I'm not alive the next week? Who's going to rule? What was going to happen to all the citizens? He was not thinking about all such things. He was not thinking about the past. Why did Shringi curse? He's such a small boy. Why did he have to do this to me? I could have lived a life of a king for some more time. These things will come to a normal person like me. I can get such kind of thoughts, but Sukadev Goswami is such an elevated person. He did not get such kind of thoughts during the class of Srimad Bhagavatam. His mind was completely rapt attention, we would call him, right? He was completely absorbed in the Leela of Krishna that the Sukadev Goswami was reciting to him. He was fully engrossed in the present moment, hearing a present moment, meaning he was not at all distracted. He was present in the present moment. Most of us have trouble in being present at the present moment. Our mind is, when will Radhika Mataji complete her class? Or when will we be done so that we can go to sleep or eat a dessert? All this will come to us. But then Sukadev Goswami, he did not eat or sleep. He relished and engrossed himself in completely in Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the consciousness we all should we all should hanker for. That is what is important, right? That is what is hankering. That is what is love of Godhead. He was fully engrossed in the present moment when hearing from Sukadev Goswami. So again, if you look at consciousness of Arjuna, what about it? In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita was revealed to the world at the time when greatest desperation in Arjuna's scenario, right? Karpanya dosho pahata swabhavaha. We see in Mahabharata, Arjuna went through a lot. What all did he go through? He lost his kingdom with Yudhishthira Maharaj. He saw disgrace of his wife Draupadi. There were so many problems. But there were so many problems in his life. He even dropped his Gandiva bow. His mouth was getting dry. His mind was reeling, and he was completely bewildered. And he said, "This is really, I'm in anxiety. I have never had this kind of anxiety ever before. Even though I went through a lot, this is an emotional anxiety, and I'm not able to fight in the war." And he put the Gandiva bow down. So this is the nature of this world, puts us through so much perpetualities, right? So much conditions, so much incidents we are put through. We've never imagined, no matter what we do, no matter how good we are, no matter how bad we are put through certain conditions in life, any situation for that matter. Even a good person can have miseries in his life. But how do we take that miseries? It is not being pious means you'll be happy. He was being pious. So you will find happiness in this world if you are a pious person. Is that what is the symbolization? No. Even this pious person or a complete devotee of the Lord, he can be put through miseries. This world is dukalayam ashashvatam. We can never be happy in this world. And in that state, Arjuna actually begged Krishna. He did not just inquire. He was begging Krishna. He was literally begging Krishna at that particular time when he put his Gandiva bow down and he was in an emotional state of distress, his mind reeling, his mouth drying up. At that time, he says to Krishna, please save me. I need your shelter. I've been your friend all these years. We have had friendly talks, but there is no more friendly talks. Now you're my guru and I am your disciple. Please save me. I cannot tolerate this. He was burning in the fire of anguish internally. That was a state of mind. So the associates, this is the same situation Arjuna was in, and where he surrendered to Krishna, not as a friend, but as a disciple. That is exactly the scenario we see with Aditi too. Aditi is coming to Kashyapa and telling him that you are my guru now. Instruct me what I have to do. I'm going through this emotional distress where my sons are all caught up. Right? Caught up by the asuras. So what am I supposed to do in this situation? Please tell me so that my sons are able to get out of this situation so that I can be free of this emotional anxiety going through me. And now an important learning lesson for us to learn from this pastime is also the association of devotees, right? Sadhu Sangha. Persons in the state of consciousness is something who, in a higher state of consciousness, is whom we have to associate with. Right here, in the case of Aditi is actually coming under the association, coming to get into the association of Kashyapa. So the reversal, whenever reversals comes in life, Krishna allows them to touch his devotees because that is what devotees need. See, whenever somebody or the other, so that is why devotee association is very important. We all strive to come under the association of devotees because when troubles hits upon us, Krishna ensures that this person is in contact with this devotee. He speaks through Guru, Sadhu and Shastras, right? So devotee is who will help in such situation, acting as instruments on behalf of the Lord. Although it is inconceivable, it may be our karma if some reversals or some sufferings may come, but the devotee who is trying to take a shelter of Lord Krishna, Krishna's internal potency, Krishna can intervene and take away his karma also. Even though it is karma due to which he is put into certain situation, Krishna can personally intervene through his internal potency and take away his karma. Why does he let that happen? Why does he give something extra by his own mercy? What is the reason? Why should Lord do this? Because all this material stuff in this world is coming and going. Krishna does not take it all so seriously. From the perspective of Krishna, all these physical things that are happening in the world are just a flash in the reality of eternality. He sees everyone as eternal souls. He sees us as Sachitananda, right? Full of bliss, full of knowledge, and full of happiness. And he sees us beyond the body and things that are connected beyond the body. The body is, of course, not the person. The soul is the person, and nothing can interrupt his relationship with other souls. Nothing can disturb his relationship with other soul, right? So what happens to us? We are put into the state of forgetfulness. Forgetfulness, we identify ourselves and other things as bodies, and even the mind is just a mundane thing, but we take mind so seriously. Krishna, but he doesn't take all those things seriously. He sees the Sachitananda spirit in us. That is what he sees. Other things are just the reality of the eternal. Other things are just happening in the physical world. They are just a flash of the reality, meaning it's all temporary. They will come and go, but the soul is what Krishna sees in us. So this is something that we need to understand. And Krishna wants us to be happy. He does not want us to suffer, but he does not want us to be happy in a way that we are just getting the roots of suffering, go deeper and deeper in in our hearts in the name of suffering, because ultimately everything is taken away. This is hard because this world is temporary. Whatever we have now, it's all going to be taken care of, taken away in the future. So how can it bring you happiness? The more we are attached to the things of this material world, deeper is the suffering for us. Krishna, he doesn't want us to have that kind of happiness where our roots of suffering are going to go deeper and deeper in our hearts in the name of happiness. Because ultimately what happens? Everything is taken away. Krishna, he wants us to be liberated. He wants us to awaken our love, the ecstasy of the heart. So we have to go through some temporary problems with these things in order to help us actually take shelter of the process of bhakti. Only when we go through the suffering, we understand there is ultimate reality above all of us. Unless the suffering hits upon us, we will not understand, right? So when we go through some temporary problems, in order to, Krishna makes us go through that. So with the help of these things, so that we actually take shelter of the process of bhakti. Not just to do it compulsively as a formality, as a rule, as a regulation, not just that. Rules and regulations are there to keep us steady. When we follow the rules and regulations, we are in a steady mode, but it is not this, just following. It is also how we follow, right? The spirit is important. We are definitely told to chant the holy names of the Lord every day. It is the spirit of how we take shelter. We are also asked to read Srimad Bhagavatam every day. Nashtaprayeshu abhatreshu nityam Bhagavata sevaya, right? But how are we supposed to take shelter of Srimad Bhagavatam? Aditi, she was approaching her husband seriously, not in a very jolly mood or many just for the sake of it. No, she was actually approaching her husband seriously. So many talks they have had about this, because it was not too much, because Kashyapa Muni, he was actually usually meditating, okay? On very rare occasions, Aditi will see his eyes open. Otherwise, she would see him with his eyes closed in the state of trance most of the time. And Kashyapa Muni, we all know he's a great soul. He sees his wife's condition and he's speaking to her. And he's giving beautiful instructions through this verse. Kashyapa Muni simply has no false ego at all. He's not saying, I'll save you, my dear wife. Aditi, don't worry. I'll save you. So this is not something that Kashyapa is offering. When I desire, so he is actually, Kashyapa Muni is actually going to give instructions to Aditi that is coming down. He's saying, I'm going to repeat what I heard from Lord Brahma. So I'm not having, by saying this, Kashyapa Muni is not having any ego, right? He's not creating or making up saying, oh, I'm giving you this, take this. He's not doing that. I'm just going to repeat the sublime realizations of Lord Brahma. I'm not going to say you anything that I have. It's just not coming from me, but it's coming from Lord Brahma. And I'm just going to repeat whatever he has said. So this way he's showing no ego. When we actually transfer credits to our parampara, that when we are repeating the words of the parampara that is coming from Guru, Sadhu and Shastras, we have no ego on this, because we are not talking. It is the parampara that is talking. It is the acharyas that they are using you as an instrument to talk. Right? If I'm speaking Srimad Bhagavatam, it is due to the grace of the acharyas, and they are actually using me as an instrument to talk to you all, to educate you on Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So that is the mood that Kashyapa is actually presenting through this verse. When he is actually presenting the teachings to Aditi, he's saying, oh, these words are just the sublime realizations. It is just whatever I'm saying, it's just what I heard from Lord Brahma. So this is all coming from the parampara. So if you look at Srila Prabhupada, he stresses so much because he understood that human nature is that we love to take credit. Oh, I did this. I'm giving a presentation. What do you think about me? What do you think about my caliber? How much knowledge I have? This is the nature of humans, to always glorify. They would love to take credits from everyone for what they did, how they presented, how they looked. all that, right? We love to be praised by everyone. But humility is what? Humility is being the servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. That means I'm just repeating the message. Whatever our acharyas have said through Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter 16, verse number 24, whatever they have said, I'm just repeating the words of our acharyas. That is humility. When you're feeling you're just repeating the message that has been delivered or received from your guru, it is a humble state. It is what is humility. Because in that state, you're actually giving credit to your guru and his guru. So it's not about you. It is not about you, me, my, I, all that. It's not coming into picture. So in a similar fashion, Kashyapa Muni wanted to give credit of great things. What is his power? He wants to give credits to Lord Brahma. He's an incredible personality, right? He's the father of most of the demigods. And so through Diti, he has Asuras as his sons. And through Aditi, he has Devatas as his sons. But one of the best children we all know is Prahlad Maharaj. He happened to be born on the demon side. Again, from Diti came Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, and grandson of Kashyapa was Prahlad Maharaj, born to Hiranyakashipu. That is how he was actually the grandfather of Prahlad Maharaj. So among the demigods were the devotees, but his most glorious son was born on the race of the demons. It is very interesting. And so again, we all know Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha was born of a mistake, right? Diti induced him to come together at a very, very inauspicious time. But even though that happened, a greater benediction happened that came in as a mistake, right? Prahlad, by material calculation, was a byproduct of a serious mistake, right? If Hiranyakashipu was not born at that inauspicious time, then we wouldn't have had Prahlad Maharaj being born to him. So it all happened by mistake, but by the grace of Narada Muni, he transformed the mistake into a great benediction. What happened? What did Narada Muni do? Narada Muni, he gave him the knowledge of Srimad Bhagavatam when he was in the womb of his mother, Kayadu. That is in the womb, Prahlad Maharaj was listening, and because of that listening, he became a very, very, we also call him as a Mahajan, right? Supreme Lord, the way we have to approach the Supreme Lord is to follow in the footsteps of the Mahajans. And one of the greatest Mahajans that we see is Prahlad Maharaj. Another greatest Mahajan we see is Bali Maharaj. He is also grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So the two were the great examples when it comes to 9 processes of devotional service. We all know Prahlad Maharaj, he exemplified the process of Smaran, remembering Krishna constantly. Manmana bhavamat bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru, right? Krishna says, always think of me. Prahlad Maharaj, what did he do? He was following through that principle of remembering Krishna 24 hours a day. In any situation, whatever situation he was put into, he was always remembering the Lord. Whether he was thrown into the fire, whether he was held under a mountain or under an ocean or in the pit of snakes, they were all venomous snakes. Of course, those snakes were not ordinary snakes. Prahlad had no fear. Some of them was walking and all of a sudden, snake just pulps out from the side of the road and just slithering in front of us. What will happen to us? This snake is a venomous snake and his tongue is slithering. So he turns, looks right and left in front, and everybody, there is nobody. You are about 6 inches away. Will you be afraid? We don't have to admit to all of us thinking, oh, it's all in the mind and we are not going to be afraid. Of course, when we are, even if you are a devotee, we will still be afraid. The snake is looking at your eyes. It is slithering its tongue. There is no place for you to go and you are all alone. Just 6 inches away from the snake. He bites you and there is no medical place whatsoever. You're just left in the middle of the field. But Prahlad, he was thrown in a pit where there are thousands and hundreds of snakes. And all of these snakes had their tongues slithering. And he was not even slightly fearful. He loved them. He loved the snakes. Why so? Bhakti Vinod Thakura, he had a song. My Lord, if you want to kill me, I'm ready. You want to save me, and whatever harm you can do to me, I'm yours. You could do anything you like to me. I'm your servant in that situation. That is the quality of fearlessness. Oh Lord, anything, whatever situation I'm put into, I have no problem. If you want to kill me, you can kill me. I'm ready for that. If you want to save me, you save me. Whatever harm you want to create in me, do to me, I'm okay. I'm your servant in any situation. And this is the quality of fearlessness. And Prahlad Maharaj, he was perfectly exhibiting the quality of fearlessness. Prahlad, that was Prahlad. He was realized he was an eternal soul. He knows he's the soul, he's not the body. When that realization actually happens in us, we are completely different person. Whatever miseries we are put through, we see, observe it as a witness, nothing more but a witness. Snakes can bite the soul, but the soul never dies. Prahlad, I'm just remembering you, my Lord. I'm with you. Nothing else matters. I'm just remembering you. I'm constantly absorbed in the thoughts of you. Whatever be the external situation, I'm not worried about it, because all I want to do is remember you constantly and meditate upon you, get myself absorbed in the thoughts of you. Nothing more. I don't want anything else in this material world. Bali Maharaj, he represents Atma Nivedanam, right? Surrendering everything to the Lord. Again, two of these examples are byproducts of mistakes of Kashyapa Muni and Aditi from the clan of demons and demigods. So these are all, this is what we need to understand. Again, one other important learning lesson is it's about the free choices we make. Anyone who surrenders to the Lord, Sarvadharman Parityagnya, right? Then Krishna gives us shelter to whoever it may be. Gajendra, he was an elephant. Hanuman was a monkey. Shabari was a Nishada. And what is considered as an outcast woman, she is Sabari, right? Nishada woman, she's an outcast woman. In Vrindavana, there was Pulinda, and one Pulinda woman, we all know the story, right? She was selling fruit. She cried out, is anyone wanting to buy fruits? And Krishna, he came running to get some fruits. In those days, there were no paper currencies, of course. There was this bargaining process. We got this real things and people gave away real things. It was an exchange of real things. I will give you something. Krishna offered some grains he carried with his little fingers. And Krishna ran to her and gave her that grains, and in that process, most of them fell onto the land. But still, this particular fruit vendor, she was so happy to receive whatever Krishna gave him, and in turn, she gave so much fruits to him that his hands can't even hold all of them. So if you are hungry, you have 100 crore rupees, you can't eat the rupees, right? You can't just eat the dollar amounts that you have. So Krishna ran to this fruit vendor with some grains in his hand, and he was enthusiastic. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. Looking at her charming and sweetness, he could not even keep his grains in his hands. He could not, see, he is the one who's holding up this universe. The universe is stable. It's not shaking or anything because of Krishna keeping everything intact. And here we see Krishna having some grains in his hands and slipping out of his hands. That is the little boy Krishna. He is the absolute truth. He is the son of Nanda. He is a little charming boy. The grains are falling when he was running to go into the fruit seller. He gets to the fruit vendor. He had hardly anything in his hands. Everything fell to the ground. He does not know. He just shows to her. And he was smiling. That one smile is enough. This Pulinda woman, she was so charmed to see Krishna's beautiful smile, his wonderful form as just a little boy Krishna. She was not at all thinking about anything. All she could see was he's just a little innocent boy. He wants fruits, and he gave her nothing. He filled his arms with the best of the fruits that she can give, and she couldn't hold more. Whatever she could hold, he gave more than what he could hold. And Krishna, upon seeing this, he was so overwhelmed. He was so happy. He was also smiling, thinking so nice of this lady. And then Krishna, he went home running, carrying the fruits. The fruit vendor, she was thinking I did not get any, she did not think, oh, I did not get anything in return. All she thought was, I made him happy. She was just remembering this beautiful form of this innocent boy, Krishna, and the smile he gave upon her. Very, very pleased she was just to see the smile. She was just recounting her experiences with Lord Krishna, and the smile is something she couldn't forget. That was a greater wealth than anything she could have possibly had. She turned around. She saw that her basket was full of jewels. Right? According to our Acharya Shiva Goswami, he says it was not that she was becoming ecstasy because she is now rich with jewels. She left the jewels, and what put her in ecstasy? So it was not that jewels was giving ecstasy to her. What it was, the Krishna who was placed in her heart, the love for him actually gave ecstasy to her. She did not care about any other stuffs. She had ultimate perfection of life. How nice, right? If you were given an option to choose between something we like and some darshan of Krishna, what do we choose? Where do we set our priorities? What will we be happy of is something that we need to ask ourselves. Am I going to be happy with the material pleasures the world has to offer to me? Some people, they can be very, very attached to cars, or looking at a car can give them so much happiness. When Krishna actually gives you a darshan, or he takes you to Mathura, Vrindavan, for you to enjoy and relish the Dham, where will you be happy? When will you show the signs of ecstasy? For what will your happiness be turned upon? So here, this lady was given an option. This fruit vendor was given an option. Her basket was filled with the jewels. She never even thought, why Krishna didn't give me anything in return? I gave him so much fruits. No, not at all. As just a smiling glance, and her heart filled with ecstasy, absorbed in the mood of Krishna, was enough for her to perfect her life. She did not care about anything else. That is what our acharyas say. And Kashyapa Muni, he's showing that what nature of one who has that love is, and what is the nature of one who can give that love. That is someone who has no false ego, right? Kashyapa Muni is saying that I'm simply repeating the instruction of Brahma, my Gurudeva. And so this is what I'm doing. So this is, I really don't have any credit to take for myself. And we also know about Srila Prabhupada. He was 70 years old. He got on cargo ships, sailed across 2 oceans. He went to 3 continents. Nothing established with as such, the movement as such. But he had hundreds, thousands, and 100,000, like that, millions of books. Nothing was there upfront. Everything was happening because of his incredible determination and empowerment of love and compassion. But from the beginning, he had nothing. And all he used to say was, I'm just simply repeating what I have heard. What was his realization? What was his sacrifice? What was his devotion? Srila Prabhupada. We can give credit to him, but he never accepted anything for himself. He was just saying, I'm repeating whatever I have heard. I'm just a postal peon. Peon, we all know he's a menial servant who's just delivering the message. So here, Srila Prabhupada is also saying, I'm just delivering the message of my parampara, my Gurudev. I'm just delivering whatever I have heard from him. I'm not doing anything. I'm just repeating the words of Sri Krishna that my Gurudev has delivered. And I'm just like a peon. I'm just a menial servant who's just delivering the message. And Kashyapa Muni is also doing the same thing. He is expressing that I'm going to simply repeat for you whatever Brahmaji has said. Kashyapa Muni so now we have to understand that our problem is that we identify ourselves with body, mind, and when we attach ourselves to the things of this material world, then we start to become identifying with it. Dehi nosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara prapti dhirastatati. So Kashyapa Muni is expressing upon hearing Aditi's complexities. So we are not this body. He says to her, we are part of Krishna. Our real heritage is something great. You see, the soul is neither born is neither born or dead, right? The soul is always there eternally. It is the part of Krishna. Na jhayate mriyate va kadachin. It has no birth or death. It is transcendental to everything. He tells Aditi that no one can save except the Supreme Lord. So what I'm telling you is just worship Lord Krishna. So you have to just worship upon Krishna. Only by undivided devotion to Lord Krishna, you can understand who he is. And Kashyapa Muni is speaking the same principle like this. Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is merciful to everybody. He doesn't distinguish between poor, rich and all that. He is equipoised with everyone. There are three kinds of people. Sarvakama can go to them. Moksha Kama, who wants moksha, can go to him. Akama people who have no desires, they can also go to him. Who are the three kinds of people? Those who have material desires can go to Lord Krishna, or those who say, I want moksha or liberation, they can go to Krishna, or those who doesn't have any desires, they are just the devotees. They don't have anything for themselves, but all they want to do is just serve. They can also go to Krishna. So these are the three kinds of people who can go to Krishna. And Kashyapa Muni is telling Aditi, you have to go to Krishna if you want something. If you have some desire in you, all you have to do is go to Krishna. He is the one who can save you. So when Krishna, he captures our heart, there can be no ego. There can be no selfish ego. When Krishna is capturing our heart, we simply want to make him smile, right? We just want to make Krishna smile. We want to love. That is love. We want to see the other person happy. And Krishna's love for us is also unlimited. When we are giving love to him, Krishna also gives that reciprocal relationship with us. He has that reciprocal relationship with us. He is asking us to accept it, receive it through our service attitude. Then Krishna, he is going to fill us with love. Because Aditi, why she was approaching Krishna, she understood she has to get the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And she knows, she says, the Supreme Lord is equal to everyone. Whether it is Daityas or demons or anybody for that matter, Supreme Lord is merciful. He is the seed-giving father. Aham bija pratapitaha, right? He is equal to everyone. But still she says, those who are his devotees, those who have surrendered everything to him, he is special to them. He is most dear to them. Krishna, he gives himself to those devotees who are dear to him. So that is the sadhu sangha sarva shastra kaya lava matra sadhu sangha sarva siddhi haya, right? And this is the understanding we get. So if you are put in any kind of problems, any kind of distress, we have to go and approach the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here Aditi will be performing some serious austerities through the instructions of Kashyapa, and he is dear to the Lord, and by following his instructions, it is not that he was touched. I mean, in the sense she was able to see Krishna by following his instructions. She had to go through some tapasya. Nothing can come for free. She had to go through some hardships. She had to remain faithful to his instructions. Through that, what happened? Vamanadev was born to her. Similarly, when we simply and humbly receive the message in the sense of urgency, then Krishna will also appear in our hearts. So this is what we need to hunger. We need to have that urgent sense of feeling that we need Krishna. We need to serve him. We need to be associated with him eternally. We need to serve him eternally in one of the four rasas. So for that, we have to take initial steps to perform our sadhana very, very vigilantly and very, very nicely. And through that process, Krishna is going to come to our cleansed hearts. So this is the understanding from this particular chapter, 8th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Again, this is, if you are going to read through the chapter as such, it is 16th chapter, and specific words that we are talking about is executing the Payovrata process of worship, which is the text 24. So with this, we are going to conclude today's sessions. I'm just going to have you talk about some realizations from today's learning. If you can unmute yourself and say or talk about some realizations, that will be great. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, this is Shreya. I joined very late, but I heard some bits. You were talking about how we should depend on Krishna for everything, and I like want to work towards that, and everything is ultimately from Krishna. So obviously he's providing food and everything to everyone. So if we like acknowledge that he is the one providing everything, he'll be more pleased.
Wonderful that he is the proprietor, controller, and the maintainer. We are not. If we understand that principle, then we'll be very happy and satisfied. Thank you, Shreya, for that beautiful point. Asra?
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yeah, I just wanted to like say how you mentioned how Prabhupada didn't want anything from us when he was giving us. And it's just like every time I feel like I'm not doing my chanting properly, or I'm not on top of my sadhana, or I'm not doing anything that, that may please, Krishna. Like I just realized how much Prabhupada, he gave us like this diamond, and he like didn't ask for anything in return except for us to utilize the diamond, like all he gave us a gift, and he just says, my only desire is for you to use my gift. He did not even want anything back. And I just think that's so beautiful. And every time I think about chanting, everything I think about my service, I just think, I'm just so fortunate, because how many lifetimes would I have gone through just to get this service, this chance to chant Hare Krishna, like I see so many people that are like near the temple that I'm not able to literally live near the temple, but I see so many people near the temple who aren't devotees that live just like a mile or two from the temple. I'm like, wow, they're so lucky, but if only they knew, and so like I just think about how fortunate we are to like that we were able to get this gift, and that not only that, he doesn't want anything back from us.
Absolutely, Asra. Beautiful point. And you are so fortunate because you're born to devotee parents, and that itself is a very, very great blessing, because the ambience is so perfect for you. Living in the association of Vaishnavas, right? Vaishnava parents, Vaishnava sister, Vaishnava brother for that matter, new addition to the family. That itself is so great. And about your realization on those who are living close to the temple but who do not realize the fact about Lord Krishna, what is the use? And you're exactly right on. What is the use of some people who are able to see Krishna, but whose eyes are not anointed with the love of Godhead, right? They don't have love in their eyes. So what's the point? Even they get darshan of Lord Krishna, they are not able to value the darshan of Lord Krishna. And that is how materialistic people who are living in the surroundings of the temples, they have that proximity to the temple, but they don't have that vision yet of the Lord. So that is of no use. And when you hanker for it, just to be near the temple, that itself is enough. Krishna will be so pleased. At some point in the future, he will make some sort of arrangements for you, Asra, to be closer to the temple. This can definitely happen to any devotee who hankers, who has a serious hankering, that has to definitely come out of the heart, but it has to be really serious and not a formality or out of force or anything of that sort. But beautiful realizations. Janavi, do you want to say something, dear? Asra, did you want to add? Hare Krishna.
Oh, Mataji, Janvi's with me.
Oh, okay, no problem.
I just wanted to know if you're going to say anything. Anything you found interesting? No, I think she's sleepy.
Oh, no problem, no problem. I know it was too much for a 6-year-old too. But anyways, thank you so much, kids. I think you were doing a fabulous job of attending Krishna Katha and relishing this. I'm so happy for you, because at this age, you're able to do this. Not everybody has this opportunity, because at this age you have so many other things to take care of. Your college, your classes are so heavy and intense, but still you have taken some time and you've come here to attend this class. So I sincerely feel blessed to give you something, whatever I can, to be of service to Srila Prabhupada. So thank you so much for your attention. And let's adjourn with the prayers. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhye vacha patanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnav Vrind ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Bye.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so much.